where we started at, something like this, and as you see, this pipe is completely covered up.
You are now watching the 2023 season of Farming with Duffy Ag.
Welcome back to the channel. I said we were gonna have a surprise. Yank was pumped. He got tennis balls. That was a surprise. Somebody dropped him off some tennis balls. And actually, we got this 331 mini excavator with a thumb, ditching bucket, digging bucket. We got it all. So this machine is gonna help me out quite a bit. We got some projects I got to do. Gentleman dropped it off, said utilize it. I got some good people, so appreciate you guys. We're gonna jump onto this, and first things first, get what we need to do, get some water moving. So what we got going on, even after all the rain, it's still running down through, and I still got a dog that's a half a hippo, I guess. But this is where the stream is supposed to go out, not all over there and make a mess of everything. So we just got to dig this out some. There's quite a lot to dig here, but then we'll be in a good place. So we'll bring that down here and dig it out a little bit. If I leave this other side, I'm perfectly fine with that until we get a larger, you having fun? Larger machine that really is meant for some of that. So this will be good for ditching, getting in places. But yeah, water's running today because, well, we got inches of rain. So I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know. But alrighty, let me slide down there with this, and we'll get the water going where it's supposed to. Just gonna dig enough that it works. I'm on softer ground than I'd like to, but that's what happens when you're working on this muck soil. Tried to shove some underneath my right side, so I might adjust myself a little bit here in a second. Yep, we're gonna adjust. When you get out there, this muck soil is pretty intense. So I'm digging the one side so that when I get it close, it will start pouring down through, and it's already dug. Phone's going off too. Been a quick minute since I run a mini. But this is gonna drastically make my life a little easier for a while. What they do. And somebody said, oh, the beavers hold your topsoil in from running away when it rains. I'm pretty sure they stole all this topsoil from me, made a mess of it, and you don't want your topsoil running off anyways, so I gotta readjust myself. Reach I can over there, and then we'll move. A lot of material, a lot of heavy material. it's a lot of just soil. Get our river, well, our stream flowing the way it should again. That way it is in a good spot. It doesn't overflow like it's currently doing. Yako, you want to get out of there before this starts running? Come on out. Come on, get over here. Out. Out. You're not riding with me right now, buddy. We're working. Give this a couple hours, we'll come back, we'll mess there. I'm gonna dig some ditches up that way just for the drainage side of it. I bet when we come back we'll be able to see how nicely this river, this stream used to run. But yeah, that is how it's supposed to be. None of this was supposed to be there. Once it dries out some, maybe we can work our way out and pull some back and just clean it up. All of this soil should get put back on the fields and worked in. And then it'll make our, well, it's soil that was taken and put over there. So, but if you remember when we first started, the water level was way up here, and it's supposed to be, you can already see it start clearing up. It's supposed to be way down there. What I'd like to do is just get this worked up, dug up so that it actually drains very well instead of being a path everywhere and it's all backed up on the other side. So as that drains over there, which it's slowed down quite a bit, looks, I really appreciate this thing. So I'm gonna switch buckets. We got a digging bucket, we got a trenching bucket. Let's see. Got it cleaned up nicely from here down. I did pull up one rock, but otherwise it's just a hard pan underneath it, really. I guess is that the term? I don't know. But I got a piece of metal that's sitting in here. I'm not really sure what it is. We're gonna fish her out of there. That thumb. I always wanted a thumb on a machine. Not sure what it is. We gotta go lower. But it's been in there for a while, so. We might have to dig around it a little bit. Yeah, it's stuck in there, but we're gaining, we're almost there. All that up to, this is water overflow out of the pond that runs out behind the back. There's a spring and then runs down through this pasture section. So we got to dig it up and then see, because we don't want cows walking through it all the time, so we might have to put a culvert in. I'm not sure what's behind there, so that the calves and whatnot, the beefers that are gonna come into here will be good. But water down there is, it's on point. This little excavator, very, very happy. It's just a piece of metal. So set it up here, we'll have to grab it at some point. Start making a metal pile. But yeah, water's moving now, and that's the key. When it builds up, it makes problems. Drainage and everything else. And I'm just dumping this right on the edge. I haven't really figured out if we'll just work it in, spread it out over the soil. They didn't farm any of this last year. I do have some spots where it goes up and down, so I'm gonna let it dry out, see how it is. Probably smooth things out. If it was full of rocks and everything, then I wouldn't be so about it, but it's honestly just topsoil and muck soil, I guess it would be. Okay, this is where we started at, something like this, and as you see, this pipe is completely covered up. It's running all over, it's pooling up. I think there's a crossover here, I think, for some reason, but we'll have to walk the excavator up, go through the gate, come over here, and we'll do some digging. Same with, this is actually a waterway, it runs down through here, so we'll have to dig this one, and we'll dig up that way. I forgot about this one, honestly. But then it drains off the hillside, stuff like that. So this is all soil management. When you let stuff pool up and stuff like that, or it just destroys your area, it floods. When it all runs, it doesn't have anywhere to run. So we went from that to this over here, which looks 10 times better. Left the rocks, you can see all the little rocks here. Runs down, there's a big rock right there. Figured I'd leave that. But much cleaner. Looks good all the way down. I actually got to go in and sit in front of the computer for a little bit because we are online shopping. And the auction's ending in 30 minutes. So I'll walk the excavator up to the front. That way we can sneak in. Mini excavator for the win, because like you can creep across the hayfield and not leave all sorts of ruts, which honestly we don't have the best quality hay right here. I do have some hay seed I can redo, but holy smokes. So we're gonna have to walk down there and just break up what little dam was there. But got this pulled up. This is how the water was supposed to run. Like, it's these trees at one point were living and they got destroyed by what went on here. So in a little bit this is gonna look really, really good, but no way were we ever gonna shovel all that out and make it get back down to the proper. Yes, all of this is here, so when it does rain heavily, it's got somewhere to go as it's running. But I can't believe how high the water was going over this when we first started. So it was definitely 4 or 5 foot, plus there was dams going up above, but it must be backing up a little bit. But compared to where it was 30 minutes, 40 minutes ago, we're in a good place now. 15 seconds left. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Status is loading. Lot is closed. Okay, we got another thing in the works. I'm excited. Plus, we're gonna see somebody we've seen on the channel before with a lot of old school high horsepower tractors. So some of you will know right away who that is. But whew, came in for that. Ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Keith, your wife's jelly that you sent me, top notch. Appreciate it. Okay. Got it all dug out down there where it was just built up. Some trees had fallen in, so got that all cleaned up. We're gaining. Headed up to the pasture here. Water's running pretty good right to here, but this is like a rock pad that they must have just stacked rocks so cows could get back and forth across it. What we really got to do is just get a culvert, dig it, put the culvert in, call it good. We'll have plenty of rocks. There's some rocks along the edge. There's a tire, a rim of a tire, or a rim, sitting there that I pulled out of it. So that, and then there's a half a culvert piece there. So they must have at least tried to put a culvert at some point. I take it there's not one in here because it bubbled up and then just leveled and going down. But jump across the other side. We're good going that way. We'll probably dig this little bit here, and then we'll go up the drainage ditch along the edge of the road. Call it good. And I'm stacking all these. It'll dry out. We'll probably pick it up with, well, the bucket tractor that is coming along. Following the ditch up here, which is working really well. As you see, water's coming out. It was pretty damp down through it. Yep, silage plastic. I think it's from silage bales. It's not actually plastic. But, yep, that's why I hate baleage. Plastic goes everywhere, net wrap goes everywhere, twine goes everywhere. That's one reason. Never mind the inefficiencies of it. And I know some people love baleage, but no. So over underneath the pond, there's a real wet spot. And I had a hunch that drains to somewhere. And I'm over here and I'm digging. And you see the silo blocks from the previous silo. So that big one was put up. There was a little one in between or something. I'd have to look back at the pictures. But water's draining out right there. So we're gonna have to dig this down so it actually drains well there. And then this area might actually become they put half dry cows in it or whatnot before. But yeah, tile right there, silo blocks, upright silo. But water is coming out of there, so we're gonna dig back and find where it's coming from. So this is what I'm working with. As you see, all the sediment built up in there. I take it this pipe here. So this white pipe, and there's a few more, they're the Malcolm waste pipes. That's what I figured because of how heavily sediment some of it is. But this is clear water coming out of there. So we're gonna have to do some digging at some point up here, but it's running, which means that water that's up there is draining down there. And I'd like to get that cleaned up because it's a mud pit to try to get in and out of there. So if that's running, that's good. We're just gonna keep working our way down, digging, and we'll get all the way down. This goes all the way down to the stream, and then hopefully some of that extra moisture that is in the ground here won't be, because we won't have, it's so saturated, it will have somewhere to run off to. Not what you want to see, but got it figured out. Did call my brother. The drive motor, I was like, is it behind the drive motor? No. And he's like, yeah, I think so. No, there's two ports here. It's that one. Problem I had, so the track came off, and it wasn't off bad, but I was like, alrighty, I'll loosen up, get back on. This bolt here is wore, so the cylinder turned around, so I had to unloosen. I had to take the grease fitting right out, and as you see, all the grease, but there's a cylinder that pushes out the idler wheel on the other end, and I'll just put some grease in it now, and we'll keep running. I got something up there that I found. Every time I stop or I do something, I find more stuff, so there's something up there running. So as I put grease into there, you can see that starts moving, and the track is is tightening up. Much better. We're learning. It's been a long time since I had to do track work. We used to do it a lot with a steel track. Okay. Well, here we go. Look at that. I don't know where that one goes. I don't know if it goes here in the bottom. This one goes out to the back, or what really goes on here. That's still running. I'm sure it's plugged up at the other end or whatever. But that one's coming out hot and heavy. So we're learning today. I figured there was tile here because of all the tile pieces and whatnot. So maybe that goes right to here. So we'll keep digging, got the track on, we're back going. We got somebody coming later. So we'll have some help for the next few days. Well, if you remember, I sold my Husky tanker, the tractor tanker, to a family that was moving from Connecticut just west, so they just stopped in, which is pretty cool. It's getting cold and dark. We're just gonna finish from here. There's a fence line there, and then we'll have to we'll walk down there and figure out where we're going from there. But water is running like it's running good, so very happy. This ground that I dug up, we'll probably level it out. Maybe I'll just seed all this stuff down, smooth it out. Really need a bulldozer, but we'll see how wet it is when we get around to that. Got it all tucked away. So after tomorrow, we will have new lights. I'm pretty excited for that. They're coming in the morning. Somebody was writing in the comments that asked me why I don't use the stand-up lights that I have. It flickers on this and makes it real challenging. And then there's somebody with a rude comment that said, well, why haven't you put the right ones in? Relax. We have a partner with the right lights. We've just been waiting on a licensed electrician so we don't burn the place down. So, alrighty, that's where I'm at. The person who probably wrote that comment's not gonna watch the whole video, but yeah. Whew, I'm freezing cold. It is Taco Tuesday. I'm gonna go make some tacos, and in the morning we're gonna have quite the crew, I guess. But really awesome that I got this in the arsenal for right now. Big help. I gotta dig the tracks out. Yeah. But yeah, water management, we're gonna be good. So appreciate you guys watching along, liking, subscribing, being part of the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.